Wobei ich auch den ganzen Style von der Candice eigentlich cool finde. So dieses ägyptische Flair und das alles. Aber jetzt mal ernsthaft. Dieser Mond, der muss doch total nerven, oder? Ich meine, dieser Ring da oben, der muss doch einem voll auf den Sack gehen. Vor allem, wo hält denn der eigentlich? Achso, da an der Spange, ne? Ah, okay, die geht da genau außen rum. Ja, aber geht das nicht dann nach rechts? Ist das nicht schwer? Eine ägyptische Priesterin, ja. Ich finde auch, das Schild schaut halt einfach geil aus. Ja, und von den Augen reden wir erstmal gar nicht, Alter. Die sind halt auch mega. Von zweifarbige Augen mag ich sowieso. Gut. Die von der Dea sind halt nochmal eine Stufe drüber. Zino sieht aus wie die Wächter. Genau, wie so Anubis-Wächter oder irgendwie sowas. Wie wir genau dasselbe haben. Lol, ja. Ich muss jetzt auch so lachen. Ich sag Anubis, du schreibst Anubis, passt. Warte, wir müssen einen Tag warten, war es, glaube ich, ne? Bis wie viel Uhr? 6 Uhr bis 12 Uhr. Gut, dass wir noch nachts sind. Müssen wir nicht so lange warten. Hä? Oh. Ich gehe jetzt einen Tag komplett rum. Nein, abbrechen, abbrechen. Fuck. Ich habe ein Jahr in Ägypten. Warte, was? Du hast ein Jahr in Ägypten gelebt? So, jetzt erst hat Millennium August Yu-Gi-Oh! Nee, ja gut, Yu-Gi-Oh! Ist auch alles bloß aus Ägypten.
Hey, Dia! Right on time.
Irgendwelche Ergebnisse?
We'll know any moment now.
So, weiter im Text.
Paimon's been wondering. You seem to know Candace pretty well. Have you been friends for a long time?
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an extremely strong warrior, she never misuses her powers against others.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight outside the ring.
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that kind of responsibility. Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one day to the next.
Well, Paimon thinks you're great too.
Really? Thanks for that.
Hey, Sino.
Oh, Sino's here, and he's pretty early too.
Yes. I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Oh, you mean you taught Candace some more persuasive methods?
Right.
Come on in, everyone. Come on, let's go inside.
Leben die noch? Haben die noch alle Arme und so? Ja, du solltest sowieso, wenn du in einem anderen Land bist, solltest du sowieso versuchen, die Sprache zu lernen. Wir hatten es gestern und vorgestern erst mal drüber. Wenn du in ein anderes Land ziehst, lern die Sprache, egal in welches verdammte Land. Und wenn du nur versuchst, dich anzustrengen, die zu lernen. Schon alleine das zeigt ja, warum du, dass du Interesse an dieser Kultur hast und an diesem Land, wenn du dort länger lebst. Ich verstehe halt immer, egal ob es jetzt bei uns jetzt hier ist in Deutschland oder in anderen Ländern, Leute da hinziehen und dann halt diese verdammte Sprache nicht lernen. Denke ich mal, Leute, Alter, ihr wollt da jetzt wohnen. Ob es ein Jahr ist, sind 2 Jahre oder 5 Jahre, Alter, lernt das Zeug doch. Und selbst wenn er nur langsam, aber sicher versucht, das zu lernen, schon das ist ja besser, als wenn du es einfach gar nicht magst. Wie es halt oft dann... Leute öffnen sich dann ganz anders. Ja, eben. Wie es halt dann oft zum Beispiel Mallorca oder sowas, wenn dann wieder welche hingehen und meinen, die müssen jetzt da irgendeine scheiß Pommesbude oder eine verdammte Currywurstbude aufmachen und dann bloß Deutsch können. Und dann wundert sie sich dann, wenn zum Beispiel bei sowas wie Corona dann die ganzen Läden draufgehen, Alter, weil halt die ganzen Leute, die wo dort wohnen, nichts mit ihnen zu tun haben wollen, weil die halt einfach nicht die Sprache sprechen. Ich würde mir persönlich halt auch total bescheuert vorkommen, oder beziehungsweise schlecht vorkommen, wenn ich in einem anderen Land nicht mal ansatzweise was von der Sprache könnte.
Candace, where... Whoa, you
Do I? Huh. What gave it away? Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners of your mouth. Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure everyone present would agree.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, sie ist mit ihnen fertig.
Please, don't beat us anymore. We're gonna die.
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
Candace ist jetzt sein Profi.
You fear death yourselves, yet you do not hesitate to place the lives of others at risk. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community, and some even count them as family. You come here, to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping stones towards your goal. Tell me, what would you do to you in my position?
Mercy! Please, have mercy!
You've made your bed. We may both be desert dwellers, but there is one thing that I understand better than you. The resurrection of the Scarlet King will only result in war. And the people of Aru Village care little about which god is in power. Life may be tough and tiring, but we wish to preserve our way of life. A war would only cause us to lose all that we have. And that is not a responsibility that you can afford to shoulder.
We understand. We're sorry. I'll tell you everything I know. Please, just let us go.
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was spreading rumors in the tavern. That's how we ended up hearing about the Scarlet King's resurrection. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in the Scarlet King's resurrection. They give their lives, and we can get anything we wish for.
They're called Village Keepers. Slip up again, and you'll regret it.
Yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread word about the Scarlet King's resurrection and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help facilitate the resurrection process.
Dann schön, dass du da warst, Ivis. Wo sind die Dorfwächter?
I'm not sure.
Hey, ihr habt sie doch weggelockt.
That's one.
Huh? One what?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then, you die by my hand.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything. It was all him.
2.
2.
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them to a junction outside the village. Then the mystery guy takes them from there. You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just ask them if you don't believe me.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
Gunnar Mattia. Hast du einen Verdacht zur Identität des Unbekannten?
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another beating to keep his secrets. No way. That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face. He calls himself the Scarlet King's envoy.
I believe I may know what's going on.
Uncle Anpu? What do you mean? Smooth.
Alter, ich finde die 2 halt so hart drauf, ey, was zur Hölle. Die eine verhört sie voll und der andere, ich mach dich kalt, wenn du jetzt nochmal lügst. Und geht dann einfach nur, batscht sie alle weg, ey. Wünsche dir noch einen schönen Abend, wünsche ich dir auch.
Okay, speak.
If my suspicions are correct, this mystery man they speak of could be from the academia. Some time ago, people from the academia attempted to take the village keepers away. I refused, insisting that they are part of our community. It strikes me now that this secretive character shares the same goal they had.
Which means it's highly likely that the Academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the radicals into delivering the Village Keepers right into their hands. They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now they're trying to take them back? We aren't gonna let that happen.
Um mich kurz zu melden. Es ist schon passiert.
Not the Academia again.
Cetaria hat in Sumeru auch gesagt, dass die Akademie die Gerüchte zur Auferstehung des Königs Deshrei verbreitet.
Just as I thought. But what could they want with the Village Keepers?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the Academia. A change in their plans likely means they found another way to exploit the scholars. Regardless, our top priority now is locating the Village Keepers.
You're right. Isak is still waiting for news on his grandpa.
Time to go. Let's leave the village and try to track them down.
Yes. Pack up and get ready to leave.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals. Leave everything outside the village to us.
All right.
Let's meet back here once everyone's ready.
Oh, ich mag's, dass die so harsh sind, Alter. Nicht dieses Weichei-Rumgetue, sondern einfach, ich mach dich weg, Junge.
What scheme is the Academia brewing now?
Was erzählt man fast ein kann.
You look worried. Thinking about the Village Keepers?
Yes. I'd look for them myself if I could. As members of our village, each one of them is very important to me.
You have a strong sense of belonging here. I guess I'm the opposite. Mercs are stray dogs, wherever they go.
Dia, don't say that. You can be a part of this community too.
Thanks. I'll let you know when I feel like joining.
Hey, geht's euch eigentlich gut?
No touching.
Hier, ich lasse euch eine Blume da, die jetzt irgendwie auf dem Ofen hockt. Ja, okay. Gehen wir weiter. Zu dem Pet? Ich find's ganz cool irgendwie. Vor allem, weil es halt einfach mal auch schön ausgearbeitet ist. Und an die Japan finde ich gut, Sprache finde ich auch gut. Finde ich auch. Haytham.
Let's get some food in us and then we'll... Whoa! Where did you come from?
Well, as you can see, I am merely sitting here and reviewing what we have deduced thus far.
You were gone for ages! And now you're suddenly sitting here musing to yourself? Where have you been anyway?
Nun hat jeder einen Vogel. Das ist eine gute Argumentation. Jeder in Genshin hat jetzt einen Vogel.
Hey, what's with the silence?
You never think things through before asking questions. I'm giving you some time to make up for that.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname!
Mach nur, ich werde dich nicht auffallen.
Never mind. Paimon's got nothing.
Hat Paimon jetzt eigentlich in jedem Land jemanden mit einem hässlichen Namen? Oder mit einem hässlichen Spitznamen? Ich kann mich halt leider nur noch an Tone Deaf Barda erinnern, also an Straßenmusikanten. Gab's nicht... Ah ja, genau. Bullchecker in Inazuma. Aber gab's in Lee auch jemanden, dem es einen Spitznamen gegeben hat? Da fällt mir jetzt keiner ein.
There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy. It makes it so hard.
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. So clearly, I stayed in the village to investigate.
Bücherwurm. Ah.
Anyway, you plan to leave Aru village and keep searching for the truth of this matter, yes?
Yep. We're not gonna find out anything more by staying here, so we thought that we might as well take the search elsewhere. Enough with the silent treatment!
Müssen uns die Zeit geben, nochmal drüber nachzudenken.
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
All hatred. You haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru village. Bold of you to question our choices.
Die kleinen scheiß Meckerziegen wieder, ne? Das stimmt.
Yeah, you're all talk.
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do, which I've now finished.
believe you.
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you of my whereabouts. Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some important information that you all had missed.
Ich werde für ihn nicht ziehen. Das hat sich jetzt auf jeden Fall bestätigt, der geht mir voll auf den Sack, der Kerl.
Right here in the village?
Correct.
What did you learn?
4 Alpha-Tiere im Dorf. Das stimmt.
I'm going to take you to someone. But before that, you need to understand where she's coming from.
What does that mean?
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single word the villagers tell us?
You mean some of them lied to us?
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to lying. Again, these people have their reasons. Remember what Gandis said? Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of Sumeru. That's because whether the Scarlet King or the Dendro Archon has power is of little significance to them. By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason. That's why you believed there was no further information to be found in this village.
Der Hinweis liegt also bei jemandem, den wir kennen.
Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been observing your every move since you arrived.
Deswegen war die so nervös.
The reason being, to someone who only wants to live their life in peace, any external factors introduce unpredictability into the equation.
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Die tun gerade so, wie wenn das Jahre zurückliegt.
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's authority and strength.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars.
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are Scarlet King fanatics in the village. If she sounds too friendly towards the village keepers, she could easily make herself the radicals' next target.
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night.
Remember? She made a point of denying her involvement in anything that occurs at night.
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru Village at night. In other words, the young miss was very much awake during that time.
Then why would she lie?
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself. As for why she might be so wary about all this, maybe you should ask her.
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me. If so, it's best if I stay out of this.
We're on it.
Klar, dass du sowas sagen, Klaus. Und Paimon ist auch cool. Wobei ich ja jetzt halt neulich mit meiner Reisetagebuch von Traveler und Paimon da Reihe angefangen habe und Paimon war, ich habe echt nicht mehr gewusst, dass Paimon am Anfang irgendwie so eine monotone Stimme hatte irgendwie. Da hat sich ja dann dass es mehr emotional ist und sonst irgendwas oder mehr Emotionen in der Stimme sind, Alter, ja, erst nach und nach scheinbar rauskristallisiert mit dem ganzen mit dem Spiel. Fand ich ein interessantes Ding, das ist mir nie aufgefallen. Weil sich das wahrscheinlich so langsam über die Zeit geändert hat. Ups. Ich weiß, die Tür war da hinten, ich laufe bloß gerade durch die Gegend. Da gab es auch einen Fahrstuhl. Fährt der hoch? Naja. Oh, Oh, ich war trotzdem geheilt, obwohl ich so weit drüber bin. Alter, echt? Okay, jetzt dann nicht mehr. Hä? Nein, es geht ja nochmal ein Stück auf. Ihr Schweine. Huh. Jetzt habe ich mich selber verarscht. Verdammt. Ja, du, jetzt geht's halt wieder runter, ne? Okay, wir porten uns mal wieder hoch. So ein Mist, ey. Ich dachte, oh, das sind wir hier schon hell. Irgendwie schaut es hier anders aus. Halt, sind wir doch wieder vorbeigelaufen.
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier, I've brought someone with me.
Mr. Alhaitham, I'm aware of where you stand, but how can I make sure that your friends think the same as you?
Huh? What do you mean? We need to clarify our stance or something?
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll get the answers you want. Go on. Earn her trust.
Is it really that simple?
May I call you Traveler?
Alle nennen mich Traveler, selbst die, die wohl nicht gefragt haben. Klar, hallo Frau Shani.
Hi, Traveler. I want to ask you something. Do you think the resurrection of the Scarlet King can truly change Sumeru for the better?
Nein,
Why's that?
denn sie bringt Krieg.
That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. I know you two are friends. That's why I'm willing to talk to you, even though I do have some reservations. Before, I wouldn't even have the courage to ask something like this. Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
Ich kann das nicht versprechen, aber ich tue mein Bestes.
Yeah, we came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you to be weary. And we aren't really residents of any one nation. But even so, we've met lots of people from different places, and we've always fought for what we believed in. We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them. That's why we decided to stay here for a while.
I want to trust you. My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come back for more information.
Alhaitham told us you have your reasons. It's okay, we understand.
Zugriff, schnappt sie euch.
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk. I don't really fit in anywhere in Sumeru.
Oh, das ist arschig.
Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in the Scarlet King. I don't belong to either side, and neither side would want me.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that anyone who's different from them is a traitor?
Yeah. Some people can be so narrow-minded when it comes to bloodline and beliefs. It makes no difference what I say or how I behave. I'll always be suspected of having ulterior motives. Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. I pretended not to hear or see anything. All I want is to live my life in peace. And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation, and I didn't dare breathe a word about it to anyone. Until now.
You can tell them. I'm sure he'll keep your secret.
All right. I'll tell you what I told Alhaitham. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Sometimes, I hear strange crying sounds in the night.
There are ghosts?
Perhaps. I'm not sure. It's faint, but it's definitely the sound of crying. It comes from far away in the distance, and always carries very raw emotion. It used to be louder and more frequent, but ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often, and when it does, it's much quieter. I have to focus really hard to make it out.
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's heard similar sounds at night. But, because we're in the middle of a desert, he would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
Kannst du bestimmen, wo das Geräusch herkam?
There's really nothing around these parts, except for an old hospital not far from the village.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar, but it's been abandoned for years.
Wir müssen zu diesem Krankenhaus.
Yeah, let's go.
Cool. Vor allem, ja, aber hier ist ja nix. Ja, wir ignorieren diese Pyramide mal da drüben, ne? Die normal dasteht und eine nochmal oben drüber hat und, keine Ahnung, Sand einsaugt. Aber hier haben wir nichts. Nein, nein, alles leer.